So at Slant 3D, what we're trying to do is make manufacturing completely free. So if you were making a part historically, the way you would do it is you would get a mold made. You would then test the part, test the mold to make sure it makes a part that you like, which costs some money. And then you would order 10,000 of those pieces so that you can store them around and hope that you actually sell them. In order to make those pieces, you had to put in electricity and you had to put in plastic to actually make them. And then at the end of all that, you figure out how to sell them and you hope that people like your product. This is exceptionally expensive, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It makes it exceptionally difficult to make something physical, a product that real people would use. But if you then compare that to 3D printing in a perfect world, 3D printing has electricity and it has plastic and nothing else. 3D printing farms can be made close to cities so that they produce for what that city may need. They don't have to ship very far, and since they're a digital process, they should be able to make parts perfectly on demand so that nothing ever exists until somebody actually orders it. If you're able to hit that standard, then you are able to make manufacturing free. Because then a designer can create a product on a laptop at home, upload it, and then when somebody wants that product, they say, I want that product, buy. And then the money goes through and the plastic and the electricity goes into the machine, the part is grown and delivered to that customer. There was no need for any inventory, there was no upfront cost for a mold, no one had to store 10,000 parts at a time, none of it was necessary. That is what we're trying to achieve with Slant 3D. We are doing it with large-scale 3D printer farms. We plan to deploy those printer farms to large metropolitan areas so that we can service large portions of the population with products on demand so that the need for molds and the needs for inventory disappear. Nothing is ever created until it's actually needed. So in order to do that, here at Slant 3D, we develop software, we develop machines, we develop the automation around those machines. We build all of that process. We build the fulfillment centers. We deploy those factories to make it all possible. And since we're really the only ones pushing really hard towards that model, we have to do it all ourselves because no one else is trying to do it. It is a big goal and it's very audacious, but it's so cool because if that works, it fundamentally changes the way products are made and the way products are moved. Instead of making something in one country, shipping it over to one other and storing it, you simply have products appear and you teleport them to the places where they're needed. And when they're not needed, they don't exist. They don't take resources. They don't take money. That opens up creativity so that designers can create entirely new products that never existed before and reduces the cost so that literally anyone, anywhere in the world can do it. It does for physical parts and physical products what computers have done for apps and software. They're free to create so that you can find something that's really impactful and really useful that anybody can get a hold of. And ultimately, it lets you create a store that has infinite selection, but absolutely zero inventory. That's what we're building at Slant 3D.